Booyah! We're back, everybody. Another Tuesday night chat with the Muskrat. And not Mr. Creole Catfishing. Mr. Kevin. I seen Kevin Walter's name show up there in chat. Bing! That's kind of nice it's going to be. No, Jeremy is stuck at work. I think he said yesterday he was in West Memphis, so that's not even a cool place to be, if my memory serves me correct. But we are joined tonight by Twisted Pat. If you guys remember, Pat got the new channel, Twisted Tackle Fishing.
It's all there. Somebody make something of it.
Something. Good Lord. Twisted Tackle Fishing. But we're going to hang out with Pat a little bit tonight and dive in just about what's been going on over there in his neck of the woods. And actually, we got a couple giveaways lined up for you guys tonight as well from some great folks out there wanting to share the love. But before we get going too far, we'll do our due diligence to say hello to everybody. And thank you guys for taking your time on Tuesday night to come hang out. So I don't think it went back far enough, but I got Mike Stokes from yesterday, 9 o'clock. Been waiting for this show, so he's a day early. Buckeye Catfishing in here at 6 o'clock. Pontoon Jody in here at 7 o'clock. Harold Bolton, channel member. Thank you, brother. Greg Burgess is in the house. JR Fishing. Been seeing a lot of their content. I really enjoyed their seminar they did the other night about fish conservation, just talking about proper handling of fish. And actually, it went a lot deeper than that, but really enjoyed that segment those guys did. Becca's in the house. Welcome. Thanks for stopping in. Let's see. Get on down here. David Outsire. I think I'm saying that right. Excuse me if I'm murdering that one. Paul Edmiston. What's up, brother? Thank you for stopping in. Welcome. Mike Young's in the house. Hillbilly Hondo. What's going on? Steve Ransom. Thank you for being here. Get on down. As I said earlier, it's what got me sidetracked earlier. Kevin Walters over at Monster Cat Catfishing, channel member and supporter. He's actually hooking us up with one of the giveaways tonight. So thanks, Kevin. We'll get that going here after a while. I see Jim Buckeye Catfish starting to warm up, and the river is dropping. Yeah, I don't know what pool. I looked at my pool yesterday, and it was terrible. We're running 313,000.
Good Lord.
That might have been this morning, actually. It's cranking. Pontoon Jody's in the house. Little River, what's going on? Thanks for stopping in. Get on down here. Fat Boy Eric's in the house. Lance McCoo guy, what's going on, buddy? Thank you both. Freddie's here. Everybody, there he is. Pat is the man, says Freddie over at FOA.
Freddie, what's up, man?
Jerry Parker's in the house. What's up, Jerry? Thanks for being here. Right there we go. Mr. Ted Ellenbecker hanging out. Thanks, Ted, for stopping in and hanging out with us. Got a couple other Facebook folks. Let me see if I can get over there and get my Facebook opened up. And hopefully I'm muted. Nope, I wasn't muted. Come on, where's my... You like that? There we go. All right, now I see who's going on over there. That's Michael King. What's going on? He says, what's up, fellers? And Tyra's in the house. Tyra is also helping out tonight with another giveaway. We're going to do some Dirty South Dragon weights tonight. So you guys don't go too far. We got some stuff to give away. And just kind of giving back to you guys, saying thanks for supporting the channel and all the work that we put into it. We just want to say we appreciate you guys. Mike Greenwell's in the house, popping in to say what's up. Get on that. Daniel Berry, sports highlights. What's going on? Thank you for stopping in. Crappy Dave Fish on. What's going on? Big Wrench Catfishing. What's up, buddy? Thank you, Mr. Muskrat. I don't know who the legend is. You got the wrong guy here. River Rats Tackle. What's going on, John? Thanks for stopping in, buddy. Appreciate you. Mr. Brian B. Catfishing, member for 12 months, 1 year anniversary. You owe me dinner. All right, man. I've got my McDonald's. I got my McDonald's app ready to go, man. You pick an item, I'll take care of it. Let's see. Greg Burgess in the house. There we go. Tyra's there. Kelly Bullock's in the house as well. He's got us set up again tonight, or another Angler Spotlight. So we'll check that out here just shortly. Butterflies and Sunshine's in the house. Catfishing Chaos. What's going on, buddy? Steve Ransom. I believe I said hello, but I'll do it again. Jeff Beals in the house. Dale Hayslip. I don't know if I'm going to get to the bottom of this thing. That's all right. That's all right. Wabash Nate is here as well. I was going to be at Wheeler this week, but I didn't work out due to illness. Ooh, man, that's rough. That is rough. That Slunger Cat hat is slick. Yeah, check that out. Ooh, yeah. Slunger Cat. Look, we got the hoodie to match. I'm going to go ahead. I'll do a Slunger Cat giveaway tonight too. We're going all out. Actually, I just got some pictures from Robert Linton, who is down in Alabama right now. Caught him a 63.7 pound blue cat today. I won't disclose their location in case it's top secret, but beautiful blue cat. River's finally up here, and the bite is fire, says Jerry Parker. Oh, man, killing me. I can't wait to get back out on the water. Hawk Fishing's in the house. Mike Irvin, what's going on? Sue Woolley, thank you, Sue, for stopping in. Appreciate you. See how things have changed, Pat? We get a crowd going in here. It gets.
I was gonna say, man, the comments are going on forever right now, dude. Everybody's in here, the whole community.
Two Stands is in the house. We got the best subscribers.
Two Stands.
We got the best subscribers on YouTube, man, in the catfish community. Matt Jones is in the house. What's up, Matt? Annette's Catfishing. I believe I may have made it to the bottom, and I'm sure I missed a few folks. There's Tom at the LG Bass. What's going on? Thanks for stopping in.
What's up, Tom?
If I missed anybody, it was not intentional. Fishizzle's in the house, another channel member. Thank you, Brandon.
Well, Brandon.
Point one. Do you know that story yet?
Oh,
yeah, they come back and did the Winter Blues, and Brandon from Fishizzle went down to fish with Jeremy Creole down Louisiana, and like last 10 minutes of the show, they catch a blue cat that puts them in the lead by 0.1 pounds. They win by 0.1.
Cutting it close.
It was oh man, it was an epic ending. It was hilarious. But it was definitely a good show. Freddie wants to know if Pat's coming to CatCon. I knew that question was coming. It just came right out the gate.
So right now, it doesn't look like it. We were supposed to. So I've been kind of holding it close to the chest, but I've been helping Akuma design a new catfish rod, something more relevant to nowadays market. And it was supposed to come out, and it didn't. So it looks like it's going to come out later this year. So I'm thinking we'll probably showcase it at CatCon next year.
Okay. So does that mean you are not going to go to CatCon?
I'm on the fence right now. Like,
okay. Well, I don't even put you on the spot. We just inquiring minds want to know.
Oh yeah, I wanted to, but I'll be honest with you. I've been going to iCast, and if I had to choose between the two right now, because of what all I'm doing it into, I'm probably going to do iCast.
Yeah. Well, that's, honestly, that's right up your alley. You're a multi-species angler. You're all over the place as far as, your capabilities and your wants, needs, and desires. And so we'll kind of dig into that here in just a second.
Right. And real quick, I just want to tell you, hey, Tom, man, I hooked up to a big largemouth the other day. It come off at the bank, buddy, over 6 pounds. I know you like that kind of stuff. It was a monster, dude. And I caught a 4-pounder right after that.
Man, that is a lot of bait.
I've used them before. I ain't above it.
I've used them. I've used about everything I could put my hands on at one point in time or another. But high cast, how dare you, Pat? Says Two Stands. Aaron Grubb. Aaron Grubb's in the house. What's up, buddy? Let's see. I see some Facebook chat going on. It looks like there's Andy Ward. Hello. Thanks for stopping in. I missed you on the first time around. All right. So, Pat, most of us know who you are. You've been around for a while. Of course, you started out as a different entity in the YouTube world, switched over, changed gears. But if you don't mind, just kind of go back to the basics here. Tell everybody who you are, where you're from, and a little bit about yourself in general.
Cool. For most of y'all, it's your boy Magic Pat. coming in here. Got a chance to come back and talk to y'all. Originally, we started my first channel, Real Beast, about 5 years ago now, up in Tennessee, and it was mostly catfishing with a little bit of everything else kind of sprinkled in. And then as the channel grew, I got back into my roots of just chasing anything with a fin. Anything that swam was going to get a hook, you know.
Yeah.
Some stuff happened. Had to separate with my partner. He took Real Beast a different direction, so I started Twisted Tackle Fishing, and it's been blessed. Like I'm just going to come out and say that it has been absolutely blessed. I have put on more work, more subscribers, all that stuff in a year's time than what I did 5 years with the other channel. So I have started going back more towards saltwater just because it's more available to me in my area. I still catfish. I was catfishing live on TikTok the other day, and our area's got flatheads. They got blue cats, but they're not really big. Our waters are mostly channel cats, but our channel cats get decent. So you know, the average channel cat is like 4 to 6 pounds, and my biggest one was caught at 24 pounds. So it's monster channel cats, you know.
That's a big channel cat anywhere.
Yeah, but if you're going to get really into like bigger fish, you've got to go to Alabama, or you've got to go further down to Lake Eufaula. But the fishing there is not as great. They started poisoning the lake to kill hydrilla for bass fishing tournaments, and it has decimated the catfish population. So I have to go to either Tennessee to catch catfish or Alabama. Well, it's closer for me to just go a few hours south and hit saltwater, which is what I that's where my heart and soul is saltwater fishing. But I'm basically catfishing. I'm bottom fishing for big, ugly fish, big baits, either sharks or black drum, big redfish, amberjack. They all hit on bottom. You know, I do fish with lures and stuff, but there's just something about putting a big bait on bottom and getting a big fish to hook up. So that's pretty much the quick of it right there. And I picked up a few sponsors. I've been doing sponsored videos, that kind of stuff. So
yeah,
just trying to make it work.
Yeah, I can tell you that, if you guys go over and check out his channel or his TikTok, both of those links are in the description tonight. You'll see just exactly what he's talking about being, you never know what you're going to see. You know, it's like a box of chocolates whenever you go to Pat's channel, because you don't know what you're going to get. And
I actually am right now the record holder in Minotaur hooks for the biggest fish caught on their smallest hook, their little nibbler, which is like this big.
Yeah,
I caught a 42-pound carp on it last year.
Woo. Holy crap! All right, there's another question for you, and this one comes up every show, so we'll just get it out of the way now. Most important question: what bait snacks? Now you're on a kayak, so what type of snacks or food or drinks do you take with you out there on the kayak?
Well, that has changed drastically. So I'm on a weird diet. I've lost about 45 pounds since last year, so it's practically just all meat now. Meat and water and sugar-free Coke. So
hey, I'm right there with you, brother. I went all sugar-free sodas and drinks, and then keto-based.
yeah,
I would say I'm keto entirely, but it's very low carb, and I'm down right around 55 pounds now. So
nice. Yeah, it used to be I would take, so my fishing snacks, I always knew growing up as a kid, I would go fishing by what snacks my pops brought home. So if I saw Vienna sausages, the smoked oysters, crackers, and hot sauce, I knew I was going fishing. So most of my life, that was on my boat or kayak.
I got James, Patriot Catfishers of America, in the house. What's up? Damn, I need that diet. Kevin, I'm telling you, it's not easy. But once you get it kicked off and going, it's not as bad as you think.
You get bored with it. It gets kind of boring sometimes.
So most of my dinners are like a meat and one vegetable. And that's pretty much, my dinners and all that. But anyway, pepperoni and salami rolled over string cheese. That's great. I love that snack. I eat a lot of meat and a lot of cheese and a lot of eggs.
Yeah, a lot of eggs.
Eat a lot of eggs.
You'll have a lot of eggs.
So, all right. So we'll back things up a little bit. So, Pat, what kind of got you inspired to get into filming, editing? You know, to start a YouTube channel to begin with. And of course, TikTok came later. But you know, what were some of your influences? You know, either growing up in the fishing, and then you know what turned the page to start filming.
Right. Two things. So I was one of those weird kids. I was more interested in like taking pictures of stuff. And you know, my family is very we have a little bit of Indian in us, and like they like to sit around and tell campfire stories and talk about, you know, their trophies. And as a kid, that kind of kickstarted the whole like sharing with people, you know, what we caught. Yeah. So I would go around. I'm actually at that age, and I'm sure most of us are in here too, that I would go around with the little wind-up camera, the disposable camera.
Oh yeah.
I had 35mm in my back pocket, and when I would catch something good, I'd take a picture because, you know, you tell somebody you catch a big fish, they don't believe you, yada yada. You know, Photoshop wasn't a thing back then, right? So go take it, get it developed, and I would show family, friends, and that developed kind of into like this love of just like photography and like videography. You know, once I got like a really old like camcorder. And I would hook up the huge tripod, and I would fish me, you know, I would film me fishing little ponds and stuff. And it's just something about seeing yourself catching these fish and showing other people. So when I wanted to get into YouTube sooner, I just at that time was working a job. I was never home. I was literally gone 8 months out of the year. It wasn't until after that I started seeing people really doing the whole YouTube fishing thing, and I didn't even think about money or anything of that nature. It's always been about just showing anybody what I catch and kind of proving that, like, you know, there's still some good fish out there. You know,
right?
It's not all small. You can still catch good fish, and that kind of led it into just a conversation. It was on the cruise that me and my wife got married on. She wanted to get me a gift, like a little wedding gift. I got her Costa sunglasses. She's like, well, you've always liked filming and stuff. Why don't I buy you this GoPro and you can, you know, film your stuff? And that kind of like kick-started the whole thing, you know? And then it was all downhill from there.
That's it. Once you start on it. Now, honestly, for me, I went kind of backwards. I picked up camera and started filming, and then, you know, started editing, and I never really got good at it. You know, I struggled all the whole time. Thank you, Matt, for dropping Pat's link for us out there. Appreciate that, bro. I struggle with editing. By the time I would get good at it, I would, you know, something would happen and be a few weeks or a month before I get to drop another video. And I always felt like I was always watching videos on how to make videos.
Yeah.
How to making videos. And so, you know, I kind of got into the live thing, and we've been doing the live thing now for quite a while. And it's easier. But the problem is you just don't get as many views, and, you know, as far as analytics go, and
right.
You know, making any money as far as that goes, you know, it's not going to happen through many live streams. But
I will say that the one person that actually like watching as a kid that got me kind of wanting to do this, and like I've always envisioned myself that kind of lifestyle, was growing up watching Larry Dahlberg catching, you know, was it The Hunt for Big Fish, or I can't exactly remember the name of the show, but watching him go to the Amazon and catch these fish that I've never seen in my entire life would just enthralled me. You know what I mean? Like I would right there Saturday morning to see what kind of weird creature he'd pull out of the water. That also was kind of like started the interest.
Yeah, I was, you know, I remember being a kid and joking about it now, watching bass fishing on Saturdays. Jimmy Houston every now and then would or even Bill Dance would do a catfish segment.
Yep.
I would watch every single show to see if they'll do a catfish segment. And, you know, of course, you know, back then I didn't catch nothing like I do now. That was just what I really enjoyed. Danny Stone's in the house. Welcome in, buddy. Thank you. Rowdy Royal is also here. Seen Don Knight slipping in the back door, as well as JG Hill. Thanks for stopping in, folks. Is there anyone out there in the catfishing world you can send your video to and pay them to edit it for you? Well, might be something I'm interested.
Right.
I'll tell you what, that would definitely be the inspiration I needed to sit down and learn editing, get paid for it. But off the top of my head, no, I don't know. I know there are editors out there that do that. There are people that make a living and do only just editing. I've watched in the journey of editing, making videos, I've watched guys who edit and make videos about making videos. So that kind of gets going to the next question here. Once check with Chris Souders, he's good at it. There you go. Chris is good at editing. There's a lot of good editors out there, man. I watch even some of the newer folks out there. Benoit Fishing, of course they had a great show last night on Catfish Weekly, but they're like 1 year into their journey into this, and I get a big kick out of watching their videos. Some of these other cuts and edits and underwater footage and different things that folks are pulling out. I'm like, man, I'm scared to jump back in the video editing world because I'm way behind. There you go. New business idea. Just don't have the time or knowledge. I got you, brother. So, as he was talking about, watching other folks and learning from other channels. So we all know that you fish a lot. Well, maybe not a lot, but you fish with Joe Jellison, with Chat Cats. And what's up, John boy? So, what's that like, fishing with Joe? How did you guys start hooking up? And I know I don't know if he's just poking at you. He just likes calling you Patrick, but it's always Patrick.
Yep. He's poking at me, man. That little dude, that's my boy right there. We become really, really good friends. And it's just kind of one of those.
What's up, Brady?
What's that?
I'm sorry. I said hi to Brady. I haven't seen him in a while. I want to make sure he saw that I saw him in here, man. I appreciate you stopping in.
When I started Real Beast, me and my partner back then, I just took a job up in Dalton, which is like 30 minutes from Chattanooga. And I really didn't know, I'm going to find where to fish immediately. Like, that's first thing on my list. I'm, not family, not places to go, not food. I need to know where to fish. So I started looking, and the very first thing that popped up when I searched fishing in Chattanooga was one of Joe's videos. That was literally the first thing. And so it's funny because I remind him about it sometimes. I'm the type of person that I will just reach out to you. If I want to talk to you, we are all people. I don't care if you've got 500 billion followers. I'm going to reach out to you if I want to say, hey, you can not say anything back, but I'm going to try. So I just sent him a message. Was like, hey, want to know about fishing in the area? He sent me some stuff. I watched some videos, and I commented back and was like, bro, man, you're really good. You should become a guide or something like that, not knowing that he was actually getting his license to be a captain. He was like, yeah, I got something coming in the future. If you ever want to, get a trip or whatever, just let me know. We'll put one on the books. So I did. That's what I did. I got the money up. Was like, hey, when are you available? So we went fishing, and I took my other buddy Joe, who you've seen in some of my Real Beast videos back in the day. He's never caught a big fish. So I was like, hey, I really want to take my buddy and get him on a fish. And that's what we did. And he caught a 40-pound blue cat. That's his first blue cat ever, which I was super jealous. But I caught like 2 massive smallmouth bass right in the same hole. They went almost 6 pounds, both of them. So I actually got trophies for them, which is ridiculous. And it was one of those where, like, it was kind of weird at first, like talking like this. Here's this big YouTube guy, and I'm just some dude that's almost autistically into fishing, and but we hit it off, man. He has almost the same kind of humor I do, and he's like, you ought to just come fish one time with me. And then, dude, we just shenanigans. It's just nonstop shenanigans, and he's pretty much become one of my best buds.
Yeah.
He's taken me out catfishing. I took him and put him on his first big sharks. So it's been good, you know.
Yeah.
I pick on him a lot. He picks on me. It's always Patrick. It's never, hey, bud, or hey, Patrick. Like, bro, dude, come on, man. Like, you're killing me. You're killing me right now.
Yeah, I always wondered if that was a gentle jab or if
a little bit.
Yeah,
I'm he's small compared to me and most people, so I'm constantly like, you keep it up, and I'm gonna throw your little toy soldier butt in the river.
Yeah, I've met Joe. He's not a big fella,
right? Well, we hit it off as buddies. He loves some fishing, dude.
So you're going to be at the gathering though this year, correct?
At the moment, no.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought somebody said you had planned to be there. Okay.
I had to back out of both that and CatCon because I have literally, this year has been the most busy. I mean, the year's I'm talking last year into this year, right? Already, I posted a video on TikTok about the calendar me and my wife put up. I've already got stuff planned for the next 3 months on the calendar in there. Like, I am like stacked back to back. It is so hard to squeeze anything extra in right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it.
I wanted to, though.
My calendar's not quite stacked like that, but there's a lot of stuff on my calendar, and I'm not sure how I'm going to pull it all off. Really.
Right.
I want to do even more. I would like to stack even more in there, but financially, I don't think most of it's going to happen. But
no.
Hey, before we get going too far here, I did tell everybody we got a couple giveaways to do tonight, so I'm going to go ahead and kick one of those off. What do you think?
Sure, let's do it. Get somebody something free.
We like free stuff. So what I'm going to do here is let me see. Yeah, I didn't like the way that looked after I typed it.
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll do that. All right, so what we're going to give away is these are a set of the Mad Cats pliers. And they've got all kinds of cool little hookies on them. It's got the little hook on the end here, which one of the features I really like. It's got line cutters here, sinker pliers. Comes with a little lanyard, a little hard case with a belt clip on it. These are pretty handy. These are brand new. That's the only reason they're clean. Actually, it was Kevin with Monster Cat Catfishing who, hooked me up with some things after my little misfortune. I'll just leave it at that. So let me get this right over here. We're going to give away 2 sets of those right now. And so what we're going to do is we're going to enter the word monster or Monster Cat Catfishing. I just put MCC in there, but it just didn't look cool enough. So if you guys are interested, you guys know how I do things. I'm going to let it roll for 2 minutes. 2 minutes, and so we'll give it a spin and get that done and over with. We do have a couple other giveaways lined up tonight too. So if you guys would like a pair of these Monster Cat, they're not Monster Cat. These are Mad Cats pliers donated by Monster Cat Catfishing, Mr. Kevin Walters. So thank you, Kevin. Again, Kevin's always been a big supporter of the channel, man. No matter just me personally on a personal level or, our kids' events and things like that. Kevin has always stepped up and helped, not just myself, but lots of other folks in the communities. Good fellow. Hey, I see Clearview Outdoor just in time. There you go, buddy. Get the word monster written in there real quick. And we're going to give 2 sets of these pliers away. I'm just going to run one right after the other. So if you didn't win the first time around, hang tight. Well, I'll spin it again. So, Pat,
Steve. What's up, Steve? What's going on, bud? It's been a minute.
Who you got?
There's Steve Ransom.
Oh, Steve Ransom. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, some of these names, it's probably been a while since you've seen, hadn't it?
Oh, yeah.
I see Stan 3 in the house.
Going back live.
Hey, there's Austin Fishing Fever. What's going on, buddy? When you, Dave McCoy, there you go. What's up, buddy? Thank you guys for stopping in. Now, it will pull, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube, it will pull your entries in. So you don't have to worry about that. If you're on one platform or the other, it will pull from both. Don Johnson also in the house. I may have said hello earlier. My memory is terrible, I'm telling you. So what's it been like working with Akuma? We'll come to that in just a second here. I just realized 2 minutes pretty fast.
Yeah.
I've always kind of liked it that way because you get sidetracked and then you forget about it, and everybody's, I like to go ahead and get the giveaways up there, and if everybody wants in, they have 2 minutes is plenty enough time to type with the word monster in. So I'm going to go ahead and spin the first one here after we give it a go of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good luck, everybody. I love this giveaway tool, man. It's just so cool watching your name go by. After you type in monster, go over and hit the thumbs up. There it is, Don Johnson. Don Johnson's
Nice.
got the first set. Let me write this down right here.
I feel you missed an opportunity, though. This is a catfish channel. You should have put it as Meowster.
The what?
Instead of monster, it should have been Meowster.
Meowster. I am not that cool. There you go. Skip reminds everybody that after you type in the word monster, go over and hit the thumbs up. It just takes a second, and it's free. All right, congratulations, Don Johnson. Hey, Kevin, how do you want him to contact? He can either contact me or you. Just kind of let me know real quick. You may have already sent me a message. But while I look into that, let's go ahead and spin it again. Good luck, everybody. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's roll. And I'll look and see how he would like us to get a hold of him. All right. Gene Tillman, there you go.
Nice.
Congratulations, Gene. All right. All right, there we go. And thanks again to Kevin over at Monster Cat Catfishing. They can message me or you. So if you got Kevin, you can message Kevin Walters on Facebook. If not, let me throw my banner up here real quick. I'll throw my email along the bottom there. You guys can email me or message me if you got me on Facebook or you got my phone number. Gene, you might have me. Don, I don't know if I got you on Facebook or not. You're more welcome to message either way or email me at the email going across the bottom of the screen there. All right. Sorry about that, Pat. I started with a question, then interrupted you immediately. So,
you're good.
So what's it been like working with Akuma? So I know that they reached out to you, and I know that you said you working on product development with them with the catfish rod, which I'm excited to hear about. And then what's that journey been like for you so far?
Yeah, it's been a wild ride. So it was. I actually reached out. Okay, so the way that this whole thing got started was, I've used every brand that you could think of. Like I've used every big name catfish, or not catfish, but any fishing brand you could think of. And Akuma, I still have the original reel that I bought as a kid, not even realizing they hadn't even been in the States very long at that point. So I've been using them for years. And, Joe is sponsored by Akuma, and me and him were talking about it. And I was in that process of like posting stuff I caught on equipment. And I noticed when I posted catches on their stuff, they were liking it. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. I got a massive companies actually like checking my stuff out on Instagram. That's wild. So
yeah.
I remember the conversation came up with my wife. I told her, because I get real nervous about that stuff. I'm like, should I reach out to them? Should I not? They have a thing that says if you're looking for sponsorship, you can only do it like this short window in the year, or they, just toss it out because they have too many come throughout the whole year. There's like a small window, and it was actually outside of that window to send in a application. So I just messaged them. I just sent an email. I was like, hey, look, I noticed you like my stuff. I really like your equipment. Would you ever, consider in sponsoring a small content creator? And the reason why I sent it was I was telling my wife, I don't know if I should do it or not. And I swear to you, on a channel that does not push fishing stuff on TV, right? a Kuma commercial popped up on the screen. I've never seen a fishing commercial on that channel. And it was like Akuma, inspired fishing, blah, blah, blah. And I looked at her, she goes, I swear, if you question this, she's like, this is the most God thing I've ever seen. She's like, I don't want to hear any doubt from you. She's like, go send an email.
Here's your sign.
Yeah, I sent an email thinking, okay, I'm probably not going to hear back for like months because it's a massive company. 5 minutes later, I get a message from them saying, yeah, we've been following you since you were Real Beast. We've been thinking about sponsoring you. If you're willing to do this, we'll sign the contract now. Just like,
what?
Like, oh, okay, cool. Let's do that. And it has been, it's been pretty incredible since then. I got, my dream was to go to ICAST. It's the biggest fishing showcase and event in the world, like the whole world. They sent me last year to it, which was like, check that off my bucket list, because you can't just walk in. You've got to have some type of fishing business or be associated with the fishing industry to be able to get in. So for me to just get a badge and walk in was like flipping me out.
Like VIP.
Yeah, kind of. And then, I see a question here. Do I like the cold waters? The cold waters are actually really good reels. Now, I'm not so sure about the line counters because I don't use line counters, but I've heard from others that are on the team that they like them. They use them for salmon fishing. And if it'll handle one of those, it'll handle just about anything.
I used to run some cold waters. Matter of fact, I bought them. They were huge. I think they were like 403Ds or something. They were big.
Yeah.
They were big.
Yeah.
And they were the line counters. They were too big, really, and I never could get used to the handle. I was never that guy that could remember to put the handle in the right spot. I'd go to throw it. My handle would flip around. It engaged. I ran that problem. So I actually gave him the Skip, and then Skip ran them for about a year, and then he said they were too big. He had the same problem. So he get him, I think, to his son. I think his son has them now, but
they're huge. They're big.
Yeah. When I looked at it originally, I thought, like, man, line capacity and line counters. If I had a choice, I'd have a line counter every reel I got. They're not always necessary, but it's a nice tool to have when you want it. Rather
right.
Running lines out the back for dragging or suspend drifting or whatever. The line counter just has many pluses, in my opinion. But
I feel that way about bait clickers. I have to have bait clickers. Even on my bass reel now, there's companies coming out with bait clickers on them because it just makes things. I'm the type of guy, if I see I'm bass fishing and I see a catfish go by, I'll snip that lure off and throw a chunk of bait on the bait clicker. And it just makes things so much easier,
Yeah, and that's the fun of like where you're at in your fishing journey is you're after everything. You're after everything. You could see something on the graph that you're like, I got a lure for that, or I got a tool for that. I'll catch you. Austin said the same thing. He says he doesn't cast those reels for that reason. He suspends them, and
right.
That's for dragging too. They would be great reels for that.
Well, they were meant for trolling, so I mean that makes sense.
Yeah, I've been on charters up on Lake Erie that run the big cold waters. Actually, the ones I bought, I think, was one of the reels. The one boat ran all of them. It says Joe Owens uses the cold waters for dragging too. So,
right.
You can't beat the line capacity. It's they're massive.
If you use braid like I do, man, you can put a ton of line on those things.
No kidding.
Tons of line.
So, we was talking right before the show, about your how big was that drum, black drum?
So the other weekend I went down to Panama City. I was just trying to find somewhere to fish. It's been, my area is very seasonal. It's not that it freezes over. It's just our fish, our catfish, our bass, everything. They travel up and down this section of the river, and we're about 3 weeks early before the catfish and stripes and everything show up. So I took a run down to Panama City, and I put a giant blue crab down in the Back Bay area, and I was able to land a 51-pound black drum out of there. It's my third biggest from that area. My biggest from that spot, 60 pounds. But it is one hell of a fight because I'm fishing 10 foot up on a oh, what do you call it? It's not a seawall. It's where the barges go through, like the passes. And I forgot my drop net, so we ended up having to climb down the wood planks to get close enough to use a regular dip net to get this thing up. And then you talk about a nightmare trying to climb back up that, holding him. Man, we got him. We got him in.
No kidding.
Yeah, it was a wild ride.
How big did you say it was?
51.
That's massive.
Yeah, it's big. You know, because they get, not only do they get, you know, kind of long, but they're like the freshwater drum. They just get wide. They just widen out, you know?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm poking around over here at something else I'm going.
Oh, yeah, you're good.
Try to share with everybody here.
The journey with Akuma goes, you know, I had success with some of their stuff. Like I had a few reels get over 1 million views, a couple of them over 2 million last year. Then they actually came to me at iCast and was like, "Hey, we know you and some other people on the team are really into like big catfish. We'd like you to help us design a catfish rod." They already have the Battle Cat, which I use. Is what I caught the black drum on because it's a really good rod. But they wanted to get something more streamlined, a one-piece rod to match everything that's kind of going now. And so, you know, check another thing off the bucket list. I'm over here helping give ideas and feedback to have a rod designed, you know. And even now, like my list, that calendar is filling up even more. I got an email from them saying they want me to use this new rod and reel they're coming out for Dick's Sporting Goods. Like they wanted to collaborate and everything. So I might actually have to send in footage and be on an actual commercial, like a cable commercial.
Oh boy.
I'm panicking. I'm like, oh my God, everyone in the world is going to see my ugly face. Oh my God. This is terrible.
Andy Ward said he caught a 40-pound black drum off the Gulf, and I think it was his craziest fight he's ever had. So 51-pound black drum is huge. My biggest is from Destin, Florida, is only 23 pounds, says Freddie.
Whew, if you can do it, if any of y'all have the ability, catch them out of a kayak. It is another fight. I catch them out of my kayak down in Panama City all the time. You do not know. I mean, it is unreal the power these fish have over you in a kayak. Like I was pulled sideways into a bridge. My poor spot lock is like just screaming, trying to hold me. The literal kayak is going from it trying to hold me up against this fish. It's otherworldly.
Stan says, if Pat ever needs an assistant for iCast, you have his info. There you go.
Right.
Let's see. I had a 12-foot Akuma as my river rod. Beautiful rod. Had paracord wrapped at the eyes above the reel. The thing was a beast. Holy crap.
I love the paracord wraps.
Yeah. Yeah. A couple of they're gone now, but a couple of the rods that I had before, the handles were getting pretty gunked up. I've washed them as many times as you can. They foam and cork was starting to pull apart on them. So I was going to paracord wrap them, but I don't have to now because somebody else can do it.
I see Danny Stone down there said, I've seen big sharks down there, so no kayak for me. Literally, while I was down there last year on one of my trips, I put a big bait out. I've been actually shark fishing out of my kayak. I actually hooked up to a big one. Actually jumped over me in my kayak after it was hooked up last year, but sadly the camera was pointing the opposite direction, which of course it was. All you see is the rod going crazy and then like the reel screaming. But I was out there. I put a big bait out, and then I had what looked like a submarine come underneath my kayak with the depth finders, just this long, massive red streak. And I've seen dolphins, and I know what they look like on there. This was not a dolphin, and they were checking me out because I had a huge I was cutting up a big Jack Rebelle in my kayak, not realizing my plug was out. The blood was funneling down into the water under my kayak. When I realized that was happening, I said, you know what? free food, I'm out. Like I went ahead, took off so it funneled everything out real quick and just poured fresh water through because some of them things were as big as my kayak on that screen.
Oh man,
I'm gonna hook one this year.
Yeah. Danny said, "Hell no."
Yeah, test your limits. You live once.
Yeah, there you go. Andy says you ocean kayak guys are nuts. Yeah, I think the guys that are on the river are crazy, but that's a whole different level there. When you're out there in a plastic boat with a fish as big as the boat, yeah, that's out of my comfort zone. But so one of the coolest videos recently you put out was you and Pat. I think I know where you were, but I don't. You can disclose it if you want to. But you guys were hammering some massive bluegill, man, in the wintertime.
Oh yeah,
you guys were catching them. You guys were catching them for bait, but I'm telling you, I would have ate about 2/3 of them.
Oh yeah,
they were massive.
Yeah, everybody knows that spot. I mean, that's no secret. Yeah. That's the construction area. Like everybody knows Pucker Factory. Yeah, dude. The key is you're gonna be afraid. Even I get freaked out. It's don't let it control you. It's keep breathing. Several times I had to tell myself, just keep breathing, man. It's good. This is good. Live with it. But that's everybody knows that's the construction area. So that morning, the last 3 videos, well, one of them I haven't put out yet. So it was a 3-part video, right? It was 24 degrees out. My Coke was literally freezing in my hand. There was ice everywhere. Boat ramp was frozen, but he was like, dude, you're in town. It was mine and my wife's anniversary, and she wanted to eat at our favorite restaurant. What's that? Sharks Are Fun. Yeah, indeed. Yeah. But while I was up there, Joe was free, and he's like, you want to just fish for some fun? Like, just get out, try some bass. So we went bass fishing. We did okay. And then he's like, you want to try catfish? I mean, I know it's 26 degrees, but why not? I said, shoot. I mean, I'm good. Why not? Let's do it. So we went, tried the construction area, and it was the most big bluegill in one area I think I've ever seen in my life. Joe had 3 or 4 that went almost 10 inches.
Yeah.
Back to back. I had 2 or 3 go 9 inches, several 8s. For the kayak shark fishing, you only live once. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I want to disagree with Kelly. I live every day. I only plan on dying once, but I live every day.
Dying away where people tell stories about you.
There you go. Hey, we've got Brian in here from BCAT Boards saying hello. Thanks for stopping in. He actually sent me a heck of a care package. With some stuff in it. We're going to give it a go and try it out here as soon as things calm down. Right now our river is angry. But let me say something real quick about Skip. Skip's been putting some new content out here lately. Skip went out this weekend. I got to be honest with you. I think when he messaged me on Friday and said, hey, I'm thinking about going fishing tomorrow. It might have been Saturday. And I said, our river is jacked, dude. It's like, it can't go any faster straight up and down as far as how fast it's rising. I'm like, it's a straight. I said, these fish are not going to. He said, what about fishing this other area? And I said, well, if I was going to go that other area, and Skip went out in some of the worst conditions, my optimism was 0. I thought for sure he was going to go out and skunk. Boy, did he prove me wrong. He sent I think they caught 10 or 11 nice blue cats throughout the day, and just when everyone says, it ain't going to be worth a hoot today, or it's too fast, or it's too muddy, or it's too this, or it's too that, go anyway. If you can deal with the conditions, go anyway. He proved me wrong, because in the back of my mind, I was thinking, oh man, that's a waste of time today. Nope. Oh, good job, Skip. Sorry, that was on my front of my mind. I was just
you're good. That's the crazy thing about those bluegill. We got out there, was nailing. It's 26 degrees. Nobody else was catching. Well, there was one other guy was over there catching small crappie. I mean, they were little bitty, but they were just hundreds of them. He said his screen was full. we took some of them, and I think we kept like 15 or 20 bluegill because we were going to make a day of it, figuring it was going to be a slow day. You know, I had ice freezing around the eyes of my rod. Like I had to keep dipping them in the water to free the line up to reel. We got into flatheads, and like was like 40-degree or however many. It was in the 40s, 40-degree water. We got into the flatheads out there. You know, and like back to back, we missed 2 or 3, and we were kind of like, man, this almost feels like flathead bites. So like we really started letting them eat and started catching flatheads in like 40-degree water.
You just it's like this. It's just when you think you know what you're doing, or you think you've got fishing or fish in any particular scenario figured out, you don't.
Yeah, right.
You don't, because there's no absolutes. There's so many variables. You know what I mean? Yeah, the fish weren't going to be, you know, in the main river channels. Yeah, you know, you're going to have to fish certain areas to get out of the debris. The debris was terrible. I went over the river that day he was fishing, and there was huge trees floating down the river, and I'm like, whoo, this is not a fun day to be on the river. But he was in a safe area. Skip is experienced on the river. He knew what he and his boat can handle, and he took a fella out, and they had a ball. The smiles in their pictures was priceless. And that goes along. That's kind of last night, Benoit fishing. They've never been on the Ohio River. And, you know, Lyle made a great point, said, you know, if you want to go fish on the river, and that's great, you know, they're looking at getting a capable vessel to do so, but go with somebody who could teach you and show you. I love taking people out and kind of teaching and showing the river. Because somebody took and showed me when I had fear, you know, growing up, and before I started fishing the river, it was like a dangerous place to be. The barges could kill you. The waves could kill you. You know, this just sounded very intimidating. And then somebody took me out and kind of took the time to show me the do's and don'ts and how to be careful and basically respect the water. And it's fine. It's completely fine. And so I try to pay it forward as many times as I can and take people out and showing them. But, you know, having the ability to, you know, go with somebody experienced. Clearview says I'm experienced. Thanks. Yeah. Not to toot my own horn, but yeah. When Skip first wanted to get into river fishing, you know, he hooked me up. We became, you know, we're lifelong friends now because of YouTube. And we got together, and next thing you know, we're out fishing, and he's the student has become the master. He's teaching me stuff now. But flathead will come out and eat if there's any kind of rise in the temperature. They don't stay dormant all winter. I'm learning a lot from my biologist buddy Chase Austin Hall about flathead. Well, I'll tell you what, having a biologist as a buddy is a huge win.
That's a plus.
That's a big deal. Hey, Trey's in the house. Trey Stroop, what's going on, buddy? Thanks for stopping in. Hope you're feeling better. Things are getting you healed up. Plan on seeing you here at the Sea Arc Invitational here for too long. I had another question right here lined up for you. I don't remember what it was. Mm-hmm. I do, but I mean, I do remember what it was. The next thing I wanted to do, we say we do another giveaway.
Yeah, I think it's time.
We got 80 people in the house, and our friends over at Dirty South Dragon Weights wants to give away a set of five dragon weights. You get to choose the ounces, whatever size that you need for whatever you're fishing. So, folks over at Dirty South, kind of helping me out. Say thank you to you guys. You know, I'm a big fan of Craig and Tyra's. They do so much for the community, on and off. They've hosted events. You know, Tyra's putting together an all women's event right now that's stirring the pot. I love it. Go for it. Events going on up at Sandusky Bay. I know that they've been involved with so many fundraisers and just helping folks in the community. And you know, again, they're good friends of mine. They're helping me out here with the channel and spreading the word, spreading the love a little bit, and doing some Dirty South Dragon Weights. So we'll give it about, well, you know how I do it. I'll give it about 2 minutes. we'll get this thing kicked off and going. So, Pat, let me see if I can switch this.
While we doing this, y'all better be clicking the like on this thing. We got 80 folks here. There better be at least 80 likes. Come on now, let's do this thing up.
There you go. There you go. He remembers what it's all about. So what's next step for you, Pat, in your near future? So I know you said the next 3 months are booked up. So, pick the top 2 or 3 things that you're really looking forward to that you've got on the calendar that we might be interested in watching out for.
I'll give you 2 that are going to happen, and then 1 is a big maybe. But it's a really, like, when I say a big maybe, I mean like I'm really leaning towards it. Like, we're going to try to make it happen. ICAST is always going to be on there as long as they're willing to have me go down there. So that's 1. It's about to be that time of year when the stripes and the flatheads are running up my river again. So I'm going to try to hammer them as best I can. But really, in saltwater, the Spanish mackerel will be running by the beaches at the same time. So that's going to happen. But then, like, the big one that I'm really leaning towards, I got to make sure I got the funds for it and the dates, because everything is booked up. Some friends of mine, the ones I went to, I don't know if any of y'all have seen it or not, or if you did. I went to Fort Lauderdale last year and caught peacock bass and
yeah,
all that kind of stuff. Well, that same group invited me to go down to Cape Coral to go tarpon fishing when they start running. So we're going to go out there with heavy tackle, big live baits, big jigs, and we're going to see if we can't catch some of these massive tarpon, these 150, 160-pound tarpon from the boat. I'm really trying to free up space to hit that puppy, because that's another, not only is it a bucket list fish, but that's like one of the ultimate fish, world's biggest shad.
Hey, Donald Long, no hashtag in your entry there, bud. I want to make sure you get in if you want in. No hashtag. Yeah, those are big bucket list items for anybody. ICAST, I think, would be phenomenal to be able just to be a part of it. Just because it's VIP. You got to be somebody or be incorporated with somebody to even get in the doors there, and so it's a big deal. I had the privilege and honor of going with the now I can't remember, as the hunting, as I believe it was called. I thought it was the ACA, but now I know the ACA in our catfishing community is catfishing, but it was in Indianapolis, and I was there with 10-point crossbows, and it was huge. Oh man, just running in, seeing all the big hunting, celebrities from television shows and all that stuff, and shaking hands and talking to people, and everybody there, somebody except for me. I felt like, I'm freaking geeking out over here, fanboying over here.
Speaking of, you were saying meeting some of these big time people. So when I was at ICAST last year, if any of y'all watched UFC, I ran smack dab into Clay Guida, because him and his family have a fishing company, lures and guide service. I ran straight into him down there, got to hang out, talk to him, possibly may get to fish with him later on. That might happen at some point. So, and that's my dad's favorite UFC fighter.
Yeah, no kidding. Heck yeah. Well, Retired Rick says, I'd like to try some of them weights out. So let's say we don't wait any longer, and let's give these bad boys away. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good luck, y'all. Round and round they go. Now, winner of this here, you get a hold of Rod Knockers. What's going on, man? Let's see, Dirty South. Rod Knockers. Hey, if you have Tyra on Facebook, you can get a hold of her there. If not, you can get a hold of me on Facebook, or you can email me at that thing scrolling across the bottom of the screen over here. You can send me an email there, and we'll get you taken care of. So congratulations. Get that off of there. I'm scatterbrained tonight. I went right from what I had something else right on the tip of my tongue to talk to you about, and I don't remember what it is. Well, I'll try. I'll try to come up with something here in a second. So tell everybody where they could find some of your content at, as far as do you still running with Instagram?
Oh Lord, man, that's another thing. You talking about editing earlier. To try to be more relevant than I was with my old channel, I'm running everything. So I'm on. So I actually, like we were talking before, it's been blessed. Like stuff has picked up in crazy ways. Within a year's time, I had a decent little explosion on TikTok. I'm on there, Instagram. Then I've got a big-ish following on Facebook now, and YouTube is now starting to pick back up. I went from like just a few subscribers on here to over 2,000, which almost seemed like overnight because of a few videos. But it's been relentless editing, relentless.
So what he's saying is he does not want any more editing jobs. So we got to teach ourselves. Or appreciate you lying to make me feel good about myself. I might miss something there. Rod Knoxer says, "Thank you. I use Dirty South. Great product. Yeah, I do too. You know, there's a lot of good products out there, but we talk often about confidence and how confidence changes the way you fish. And I can tell you that this last year, Zach and I pushed the boundaries on what our dragon weights could handle. We started dragging through, and a lot of you guys have seen this on live video. We've been dragging through some stuff I would never think about dragging through. I was like, there ain't no way I'm never getting that crap back. And we drag it and we try. And there's a trick. There's a couple tricks up our sleeve that if you even if you do get hung up, we usually get it back without having to pull everything in, go back around and all that stuff. There's a couple tricks you can do to get these things back. And we've absolutely fallen in love with them. And, you know, whatever you use, I don't care what company you use, what name brand it is, whatever you're confident in is going to be the best for you. If it's not one company, it's going to be another. But you got to keep searching around, trying new products until you find all the products that line up for you to give you the confidence you need to fish exactly how you want to fish. For me, one of those is the double hook Kentucky rig, right? There's lots of videos out there on how to tie a double hook Kentucky rig. Oops. Let me try. I'm going to try and make this bigger. Whoa. Okay, there you go. Double hook Kentucky rig over at Slunger Cat. I'm telling you, it's one of my favorite rigs for everything. But I'm going to give away two sets of them tonight to somebody here. And on these come pre-tied from Mr. Chris Souders over at Slunger Cat Outdoors. The hooks are snailed in a peculiar way. Once you get them, you'll see them. Or if you watch Chris's videos on how to tie these, I tie mine the exact same way. And then, of course, they're crimped for their connections at on both ends. So you'll have the option of 5/0, 8/0, or 10/0 for your hooks. And I'll go ahead and do 2 sets of those. If anybody wants to get in on that, you go Slunger Cat. And you're in the comments here. And if you don't win and you still want some, you could go over to Slunger Cat Outdoors and enter code Muskrat10 and make your own sale. Get 10% off everything in your cart. And Jim Buckeye, you're going to want to re-enter that. Misspelled. I just happened to catch that off the right off the rip. So get that back in there. Yeah, crimping, man. I'm telling you, we're going to do We're going to do a show. We're going to do a show about crimping. The fools that stole my stuff, they stole my my crimpers and crimps. I never even got to crimp one rig out of them before they stole it all. But I've got new ones. I ordered new crimpers and crimps. So we're going to get to crimping. And So we'll do some of that on the show here coming up soon. We talked about Pat and his journey with his social media platform on TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube, Facebook Shorts. If it's got a platform, he's probably on it, right?
Pretty much on all of them. Some of them. So like I even did like a Twitter and all that, but that it's not my cup of tea. So I've kind of backed off of that one, which is kind of good because I don't know if I've got room for any more.
Yeah. I started dabbling in TikTok this week. I haven't actually 8 days now. So I put a video up like many moons ago, but I hadn't really put any other content together. I didn't really plan on pursuing any TikTok stuff, but to be honest with you, there's so much more. I can impact a lot more people through TikTok and YouTube. I'm never going to leave YouTube. That's just not who I am. This is my roots. But being able to, honestly, being nominated for Educational Show of the Year 2 years in a row makes us feel really good.
Oh, nice, man.
Just gives us that boost that, hey, you're doing something positive. And so, I feel like we impact a lot of folks, either directly or indirectly, every Tuesday night through the shows. And, if I can have an opportunity to pull more people over to YouTube or share some of this stuff out and help more folks out, then maybe I'll try doing some TikTok for a little bit and seeing if it goes anywhere. If not, no harm, no foul. I can't put a whole lot of effort into it because that's just more editing.
It's a wild ride. Well, just to give you a heads up, TikTok is more about the live streams anyway. Once you hit 1,000, you can start doing the live streams. That's where it really hits home at. So that's where you're going to want to put most of your concentration into. Yeah. But that's if you can go, because now you're doing live streams between TikTok and live streams with YouTube. So,
well, a lot of the guys do it simultaneous, and that'll be my way. That'll be my strategy to do it simultaneously. If I go live on one platform, just do it on both. I just don't know, because I get in TikTok and on live streams, and I try to talk to people, and it's like forever. They go so fast, they don't hardly ever see the comments. I miss comments here, and I don't like to, but I really try to enjoy reading all the comments that we've got 78 people here tonight still hanging out. And, I like to think I've seen most of the comments.
Right.
But let's say it's been over 2 minutes. We're going to go ahead and run this thing down from Slunger Cat Outdoors. This is your choice of 2. So we'll give it away in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good luck, everybody. Nice. Tiki Taka is evil.
I had 1,300 people watching my live yesterday, and you just have to pick one comment every so often because you cannot keep up with it. It's impossible.
Look at that, Mr. Kevin Walters. You talk about carbon, man. Karma. Kevin steps up and helps out folks all the time, and now we get to give. What's with the name Twisted Pat? Twisted.
I'm a little bent out of shape, man. Can't you tell? Not all right upstairs.
There you go. Hey, Kevin just messaged me and let me know what size you want, and I get them over to you. But man, anybody else got any questions for Pat? I didn't realize we ran over 9 o'clock already, but if anybody has a last minute question to squeeze in here for Pat, we'll try to squeeze it in. Aren't we all? That's right. Tyra knows. Me and Tyra know each other pretty well. We're both a little messed up.
I think you got to be.
Yeah, that's true. Does anybody even know what normal means? Is there really even a definition of normal? Who wants to be normal? Has anybody ever won a prize for being normal? No. Nobody, I don't want to be normal.
Normal doesn't catch flatheads in 28-degree weather.
Thank you, Kelly. I almost forgot. We do have our spotlight tonight. Good. Thanks. Good call, man. Things that I've told you, without Jeremy here tonight to keep me on track, I'm all over the place. Let's take a look at tonight's spotlight. And this is the angler spotlight that Kelly Bullock has been putting together for us. Really good job with these. I enjoy these a lot. And so we'll go ahead and do this one here. We'll be back in 2 minutes, 2 seconds.
Say I'm good-hearted, but I'm just getting started. Got my eyes on the target. No, no. Till the battle's won, till kingdom come. To give me your loyalty, 'cause I'm taking the world, you'll see. They'll be calling me, they'll be calling me royalty. Best to give me your loyalty, 'cause I'm taking the world, you'll see. They'll be calling me, they'll be calling me royalty. Broke all the cages, no, I won't sit and take it. No, no. They left me for dead, I guess I'll never learn. Every time I break, there's just more pain to burn. They'll never, never, never learn.
That was awesome. That was really good, man. Pontoon Jody does a bang-up job out there catching fish, throwing elbows. You know, I know she doesn't – it doesn't matter to her that she's a female. She's just an angler. And whether she's female or not, she goes out there and grinds and works hard at what she does. So what an accomplishment just seeing all those big fish and then all her affiliate tags and stuff in there. So that is awesome.
Yeah, you beat me to it. I was going to say, man, if you're going to do a spotlight, why don't you get her big fish, all these little fish in these pictures, you know?
Yeah. Let's see. Brian, no, I haven't put them together yet. I've got them safely stored because I was afraid anything had happened to them before I got to put them together and put them where they belong. But trust me, I've had them all out and drooled over them a couple of times. That's a long labor, Jody. Your poor daughter, baby, will be here in the middle of the night. No kidding. She is a fisherwoman. She spends more time on the water than most. Yeah, Buggy, you ain't kidding. Much respect and hats off to Jody. Like I said, she is a female. You can't deny that, but she's a stellar angler. She puts in the work harder than most men. That's all I can say about it. Launches and fishes by herself when she needs to or has to. Not only that, but she's involved in the community all the time. She's in everybody's live streams. She doesn't just kick back and do her own thing. She shows up on almost everybody's live stream. So she's a big supporter and she's a hardcore angler. So good choice, Kelly Bullock. Good choice. All right, man. Well, Pat, do you got anything for the rest of the group here before we take off?
No, I'm just glad to be here. It's fun to get back on here and been on here twice now as two different people.
Yeah. You're still the same guy. We just different road we're on.
Right.
Yeah.
How it goes. I feel like now the problem is I got to get more stickers because I've been seeing comments, people talking about sticker, 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 sticker. I'm like, ooh, Lord, here we go.
Yeah. Yeah. Stickers always, I don't think they're going to go out. Stickers are always a hot commodity.
It's a currency at the cat con, for crying out loud.
Yes. Yeah, I think so. I think we need to start treating it more like baseball cards. You know what I mean? Just you got to trade them. It's like, oh yeah, you got the new twisted tackle card or sticker. I got some.
I heard that was junk.
I heard. Yeah, I got some of these. I'll give you 10 Muskrat stickers for one of those twisted tackle ones.
I see you too, Stans. I seen it earlier. I just couldn't catch up to it quick enough. I sent you a Facebook message, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, there you go. So, all right, guys. Well, we're going to go ahead and head on out of here. Pat, man, it was great catching up with you and hanging out with you again. It's kind of like hanging out on a boat, just shooting the breeze tonight.
Pretty much. That's how I like it.
Hey, yeah, thanks again, everybody, for tuning in another Tuesday night. If you happen to win one of the giveaways, please make sure you get a hold of me or the donor, and we'll wrap it up. We'll see you guys here next Tuesday night. Same cat time, same cat channel. Good night, everybody.
Peace.